Hello and welcome to another episode of Worst Collection Ever. This is the show where we tell you about the worst comic book collection in existence, and it just happens to belong to us. I'm Jen.
I'm Sean. I am on vacation.
Yeah?
I guess, yeah.
Ooh, lightning.
Yeah.
There's lightning outside.
We have action outside. We have comic book action.
Comic book action inside, weather action outside.
Yeah, no, I'm actually on a little staycation. Somebody on our, not Instagram, Facebook was like, because I mentioned that I was going to be staining the deck, and the guy was like, more like a staincation. And I was like, bravo.
Bravo, good jokes.
I forgot what that guy's name is. I think his name was Debauch.
I think so.
It's Bosk. I don't know how to say his last name, but I'll just call him Debauch.
Sure, debauch. That works.
Thank you, Debauch.
Yes,
for commenting on our Facebook, and what you could do. Worst collection
totally
ever.
Can.
You can find us there. But
I posted a cool thing about how apparently Barbie is making 90s X-Men dolls.
Oh, really?
Yeah, did you see that?
No.
No, I should pull it up and show you. They're pretty cool. They have a Mystique, Jean Grey as Dark Phoenix, and I feel like there was another one. They're pretty great. I kind of want them. Not gonna lie.
Oh, okay. See, I thought they were just making. What we got here?
Apparently they're to commemorate 80 years of Marvel, but and a Storm, of course.
That Mystique looks awesome.
That Mystique looks fucking great, and I really want it. And you can see this on our Facebook page. I have a link to it.
Wow, that looks really good.
I really want that Mystique. And she's got articulation in her knees and stuff.
And let's be honest, you don't see a lot of blue Barbies.
I know. I want that one.
I think that I want that one.
Yeah, that one's.
They all look pretty great.
Yeah, they look great.
I'm not gonna. I'll just give a shout out.
That Storm looks pretty fucking cool.
Storm
too.
looks good. Yeah, first appearance of Storm. Yeah.
But damn, do I want that Mystique?
No, goddamn, that's tight.
It's pretty great, right?
I think it's a good. The face on the Phoenix one is good. It's a good Dark Phoenix face.
Yeah, but the Mystique, the outfit's perfect.
Oh, that's fucking badass.
It's the white outfit.
She doesn't get many action. At least
doesn't.
I feel like she kind of goes overlooked a lot. I mean, I know there might have been like a Toy Biz. There probably was like a Toy Biz one of her, at least one or two of those.
Right.
And there's probably been a few of those Marvel Legends, but I don't know. They look pretty good.
Yeah.
But I've been taking a week off to get some things straight, and I did a little shopping on Monday. Mm-hmm. I went to Video Game Store.
Yeah.
Went to Game Force in Aurora. And picked up a few things. Picked up a Sega Genesis arcade stick that I've been wanting. Mm-hmm. Not the exact one that I wanted, but one that actually I think works pretty good. I'm actually pretty happy with it. Got some other business too. I got like a Wrath of Black Manta on NES, which I already had on my system, but I wanted to play it so I could try to beat it, because I didn't know how to beat it.
Yeah.
So I'm having fun with that. Yeah, and then I also stopped at a store called Big C's Collectibles. Or All C's. Excuse me. I couldn't come on think it was called Big C. Not the Big C, guys. Yeah.
The Big C.
Not the Big C, but All C's Collectibles, also in Aurora. And we encountered them at the Denver Pop Culture Con.
Yes, and we got that Batman Returns game.
We got Batman Returns, but also I picked up I think it was from them. I picked up the Cyclotron DC Legends figure, and I decided to just kind of pop in there and see what was up. It's definitely a collector's store. I think if it's one of those stores where it's like they have new comics, and they got a bunch of comics and bins and stuff like that. I didn't see any dollar comics, although they did have some $5 trades, which is actually kind of a trend I do see. If you kind of see that very suddenly, people are like, "Hey, we're trying to get rid of these trades. They're $5," and it's like, yeah,
sweet. Give me trade.
There was some cool stuff in there, but they also had a pretty good. They didn't have really like loose figures. Mm-hmm. As much as they did carded figures, but like for pretty good prices. And I picked up a Animal Man figure from the 52 line.
Yeah,
I picked that up for like $10, which usually it's like, I mean, carded, it's pretty, it's a pretty good price.
Yeah.
I think, because a lot of times, people sell that shit online for like twice as much. Mm-hmm. And I just wanted like a good Animal Man figure. I kind of just want. I know there's a what is it? What's it called? The I'm thinking the DC or the JLU figures.
Yeah.
But those are hard to pose.
It's because they're top heavy.
Yeah, well, I have an Orion I bought.
Yeah.
And he's so fucking beefy.
He's top heavy.
But he's got these tiny little legs. I'm like, I can't do anything with those.
Yeah, well, they're all that Bruce Timm figure.
Which I'm saying, I like the way it looks,
I like
but
the way it
for
looks
action
too,
figure.
But they don't actually stand because all their bulk is in their chest.
Yeah.
And then they've got these tiny, tiny little legs and tiny, skinny feet.
Yeah, they got these tiny body parts. But, yeah, so no, I picked up the Animal Man. And pretty cool store, not bad. There's there's a lot of stuff on the walls, a lot of comic books, rare books. Some dude was in there, and he I don't know what he was, because you could tell he's like, is the kind of guy that like, I kind of want to be this guy, but I also don't want to be this guy. The guy that's like looks like to be in his late 40s, early 50s. He's got a suitcase, like a rolling suitcase full of, I'm assuming, comic books.
Oh, he's selling?
That he's like, hey, I'm here to barter. But you can tell he's in there all the time just to like dish with those dudes and try to barter stuff. You know, try to figure out ways. And I hear him and I'm just like, man, that's the life. But then again, I don't know if that's the life.
It's you.
That could be, it could be me.
Yeah.
I mean, but the thing is like the stuff that we have is so worthless.
Well, yeah. And I'm not bringing anything in a rolling suitcase.
I ain't bringing anything or rolling anything.
I feel rolling suitcases outside of like hotels and airports look suspicious.
Oh yeah. No,
Unless you're like walking to your travel destination. If you're just like in a store with a rolling suitcase,
it's
suspicious.
You're correct to assume that.
I'm giving you the eye because I'm like, what are you up to? That's not normal.
If I'm rolling my comics anywhere, it's off a cliff because I've had enough of it.
Well, we're going to burn them for fuel once the apocalypse.
Right. Well, we'll have to. We'll burn all comics.
It'll probably actually be too hot for fires. So, but,
the comics will just burn themselves.
They'll burn themselves.
Oh, did you see? I put it on Twitter today. It was about this kid who left a note and saying, thank you so much, mister, for letting me read your comic. Like, I think it was like a kid, like a younger kid talking, like leaving a note for like a neighbor.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I'll have to bring it up, but.
Oh, what's this? Dear Patrick, I want to thank you for letting me read the comic book with you. I want to know if I can stop by tomorrow to borrow some of your comics if you don't mind. Yours truly, Xavier. Oh, that's sweet.
He's like, it's a kid. I would just be like, just have all of them.
I got a note from my 6-year-old neighbor and I'm going to cry.
Right?
Yeah, that's cute.
I'll just be like, here, just take this shit.
I try to stay away from our neighbors.
I don't think our neighbors are that adorable.
But yes, so we binged the entire series of The Boys.
Right.
All 8 episodes.
Yeah,
I had never read the book it was based on.
I didn't
by Garth Ennis, I believe.
Yeah, and
I love Preacher.
Right, and I love Demon, the Demon. His stuff that he did for that. Yeah, I was not aware that this was even a comic book up until like fairly recently.
I wasn't either until I started seeing like ads for The Boys coming to Amazon.
See, no, I kept seeing the ads. Well, but I just assumed it was like a thing that had to do. It was like, oh, we're trying out this new take on something, or whatever.
Right, but that was the first time I ever heard of it. And then when I was like, oh, yeah, I might want to watch that, that's when I realized, oh, it's a previously existing property.
I was interested to just watch it. And it was one of those things where, and this is having listened to the show, you folks will know, we are very much the people that go, yeah, we're gonna watch that. We should watch that, and then we never watch it.
Like, we still haven't finished Iron Fist.
I think you could. We just gave up.
We just gave up.
I gave up,
and all that stuff like canceled now. But I mean, like, did Luke Cage have a season 2?
Yes.
Did we watch it?
Nope. And Jessica Jones, they had.
Did we give up on
2.
Arrow? Yep. Did we give up on Flash? Yep.
Well, it was just give up. We just stopped. It wasn't like we.
No, it wasn't like Arrow. I did get to the point where I was like, I can't with this anymore.
Yeah.
Fucking island. But
did he ever get off the island?
I don't know. We kept fucking flashing back to that island. It was about ready to kill myself. But I mean, like, I just stopped. And like for The Boys, I was like, yeah, well, we should watch it. And then like I just sort of Sean went to that store and he was out and I was like, oh, my habit is I watch TV while I put my makeup on. So I have like shows, like that's how I binge a lot of shit.
Yeah.
So like I'll just power through it, you know, day after day because I'm putting my makeup on. So Sean went to those stores and
Did I?
Yeah, you were gone.
No, I was somewhere else, wasn't I?
I don't know where you went, but you were gone. You went to the store or you went to, I don't know, pod thing.
I got air in our tires.
Oh, maybe that's what it was. You went and got air in our tires. So I was like, you had left and I was putting my makeup on. I was like, oh, well, I'll just give this first episode a try. And I got like halfway through by the time Sean got back and I was like, hey, do you want to watch this? So we both started watching it. We just powered through it.
Yeah.
It was good. I liked it.
I was really a big fan of it. I
saw somebody that I'm friends with on Facebook mentioned that they liked it more than a lot of the Marvel shows because there wasn't, you know, those how you'd watch those Marvel shows and like in the middle you've got 3 episodes that just don't fucking do anything.
Yeah.
That didn't happen with these.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
And that was great. That's exactly what I wish those Marvel shows would have done.
Yeah.
Is just, here's 8 episodes. There's no, you know, we're not just trying to drag it out for 13. Here you go. It's done.
Yeah, that's the problem people always say with the Marvel shows, and I agree, is that, you know, you got a lot of stuff in there that is just complete filler.
Yeah.
And it really kind of takes you out of it to want to actually finish it.
Right.
And depending on how good it is, but
I didn't feel like there was any filler in this.
No. There's a very lean show. Got right to the point. It gets right to the point, and
there's some like darkly funny moments in it.
Yeah.
Like some shit that you're just like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah. Well, basically for those of you that don't know what The Boys is, the premise is that there's a group of
superheroes.
Well, the boys themselves are a group of operatives that are
trying to bring down these
superheroes in this universe, which are known as the Seven.
Right.
And you have, you have the Superman stand-in, Homelander. You have
Wonder Woman stand-in.
You have a Wonder Woman stand-in. What's it? Queen Maeve. Queen Maeve. You've got the Flash, the suit speedster. A-Train.
You've got like an Aquaman or even a Namor.
The Deep.
Who's the Deep?
I think that's a weird name.
The Deep is dumb.
That's a weird name.
But he's a dumb character.
Oh, it's a dumb character. And then there was an invisible guy called Translucent. And then there's also a guy who nobody really knows anything about.
My favorite guy.
But he's my favorite, Black Noir.
Black Noir, my favorite shot of Black Noir. There's actually 2 moments with Black Noir that I absolutely love. And the first one, he's at a party, and because he's completely covered, you don't see.
Basically,
anything.
he looks like Snake Eyes from G.I. Joe.
Yeah, he's wearing like a face mask, got the SWAT goggles or whatever, but he's drinking a soda through a straw through his mask.
Yeah.
So there's that one, and then the other one is where he just sits down and just starts playing the piano beautifully.
Yes.
Those are my 2. I'm just like, what's going on with Black Noir? He never says a fucking word.
And he doesn't really. He only fights a little bit.
Yeah.
But you don't really see him do a whole lot.
Yeah. He doesn't say anything. He's kind of great.
He doesn't say anything, and I've read ahead, and I kind of know what the idea is about him. I don't know if that's what's going to be in the story.
Yeah, because I'm like, is he their Batman, or is he...
Well, he's supposed to be their Batman,
he's
or like his Deathstroke kind of, but... there's a twist with it, but since it's only the first season, they haven't gotten that far.
But it's basically like if these characters, if somebody had, because this guy Homelander has Superman's powers, all of them. Not super ventriloquism or anything like that.
He can't shoot smaller beings of himself out of his hands.
No, at least not yet.
Oh man, can't wait.
He has post-crisis Superman powers.
Yeah.
And except for whereas Superman can't see through lead, Homelander can't see through zinc, and he's just this fucked up, horrible creation. And they're managed by this company called Vought.
Yeah,
Vought, whatever.
John Voight.
Oh, John Voight. And then there's these people who are trying to get even with them. One of them is Billy Butcher, played by Carl Urban, who, by the way, holy shit, is he great.
Oh, he's awesome.
And he's hot as shit in this thing.
Well, look at his hair.
He's got, oh my God, he's got like 9 wigs.
I don't know.
I think they might all be real, but there's so much hair.
He has
a
nice
coif.
He has a nice swarthy coif.
He's got a coif. He's got a beard.
Yeah.
He's doing this like, what Christian Bale actually sounds like.
Well, I think that's how he actually sounds.
He's from New Zealand.
Is he?
Mm-hmm. I looked it up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's from New Zealand.
Okay,
So
I knew he was an American.
He's not American
because he also played. He also played Bones in Star Trek.
Yeah, no, he's definitely
and Judge Dredd, which by the way are just in just straight Dredd.
Yeah,
which Dredd is awesome. If you've ever seen Dredd,
yeah,
Carl Urban as Dredd is a good movie. But anyways,
no, he's from New Zealand, but he's putting on this like how Christian Bale actually sounds accent. Which is great.
That's a good way to describe it. Yeah,
it's exactly what it is, or how Michael Caine sounds.
Yeah,
it's pretty great. And
calls people cunts a lot.
Oh yeah, he's always calling people cunts. He's walking around with a great coat. He's because he's obviously there's a lot of man pain going on because a lot of ladies got fridged.
Yeah, well, I forgot to mention. So the other part of the idea of the 7 is that there's also a new girl that gets introduced into Starlight, who gets introduced to the story, and she's, kind of like this focus.
She's like Stargirl.
Yeah, I mean basically,
and she truly believes in like being a hero. And she's young and then she gets thrown into this world and it's like, oh wait a second, this isn't anything like I thought it would be.
Yeah, this is garbage.
I'm basically being managed by this company and I have instead of actually busting crime, I have an itinerary. I'm supposed to show up to these places where somebody with a camera captures me doing, quote, superhero things so they can use it to sell merchandise and movies and
fucking pump up social media and all that shit.
Get sponsorship deals and it's really a very cynical yet accurate look at what capitalism is.
Well, here's the thing too. So there's a big,
especially living in our current superhero world.
Right. I don't want to give too much away about what goes on in the show, but because you should definitely watch it for yourself. It's on Amazon Prime. It's all out there now. But if you can access it, but the idea. So there's a big part of this show where in this season where Elizabeth Shue, who plays basically she's not in charge, but she's sort of she's got a lot of influence.
The VP of talent relations,
basically, yeah. She's like the Jim Ross,
or the SVP. Like she's like a big fucking deal in this company, and her job is to really just manage the people who manage these heroes. Except she does deal with Homelander personally.
Yeah, and so what basically is going on is that they want to bring their idea is that they basically want to be like a weapons dealer to the military and like Raytheon and whatever. And Northrop and allow the superheroes to basically be a part of the military and, have that sort of deal go on there. And I think just that notion is complete bullshit.
Oh, they'd already be part
because if there were superheroes that were already being, that were already in existence, that would have been like the first thing.
Oh, 100%. If there was somebody who could shoot fucking lasers out of his eyes, he would already be enlisted.
100%.
The second they found out that he could shoot lasers out of his eyes, they'd be like, put a fucking uniform on.
Or anybody with like some sort of significant power that they could use to, in some sort of tactical situation, that would already be the case. There wouldn't be any question about that.
Yeah. And this isn't a spoiler because, as Homelander has Superman's powers.
Yeah.
The effect when he shoots lasers out of his eyes and shoots things and people, fucking awesome.
Oh.
just fucking awesome.
Well, to be transparent.
Really
there's a lot of fucking blood.
Oh, there's a lot of blood.
And here's the thing.
Just in general.
I like that he's basically Superman, but he basically, I feel like he just kind of relies on just using eye lasers, which I kind of understand why.
Right? Like if I were Superman and I had the ability to eye laser shit, I'd use it all the time.
Yeah.
So much easier than going over there.
That's literally all he does, though. And he's just sitting there and he's like soldering. Just
he throws a guy.
I mean, there's a few. There's some super strength and all that stuff.
Yeah, he throws some people. He flies. I
don't see him use any super breath.
No, I haven't seen super breath.
Not that he can't do it.
But X-ray vision, super hearing.
And he's invisibility or whatever.
Yeah, he's got bullets bounce off him.
But he uses his eye lasers, and it's just people are just like bursting like balloons,
yeah,
like
really...
just meat and just
it's
like
kind of great, actually.
It's fucking wild.
It's really funny.
And so there's a lot of craziness going on, and there's a lot of violence. It's very much like Watchmen, in those regards. But I mean, I don't want to get too far into it. But if assuming a lot of you already read the books, because you're much more hip than we are.
Oh yeah.
Because we're like, hey, this seems like a pretty original idea. It's like, no, this is literally, Garth Ennis. I'm like, look, I'll be honest, I get Garth Ennis and Mark Millar and Grant Morrison mixed up a lot. Not because I don't know, I only know Grant Morrison. I only know what Grant Morrison looks like.
Oh, I don't know what any of them are.
Grant Morrison's like a bald dude.
Oh, no, I know what
he looks like. James McAvoy as Professor X.
I know what he looks like, yes.
And then Mark Millar, I think, has like a
fuck if I know what that guy looks like.
But I don't know what any of these motherfuckers look like. I just, but I just, every time I hear their names, I'm like, oh, that's the guy that did this. That's the guy that did that. I'm like, no. I can easily get it mixed up. Nonetheless.
No, I'm just looking. I don't see Garth Ennis. I do know that Garth Ennis is actually British. So.
Well, Grant Morrison is, I think, Scottish.
I believe he is Scottish. He has a really thick accent.
Yeah.
I think he is Scottish because he was on Fat Man on Batman. And that was one of those episodes that, you had, for me, I really had to pay attention to because his accent was so thick.
And I know, Alan Moore looks like...
Oh, he looks like a crazy wizard.
Crazy wizard.
Yeah, I mean, obviously we know that.
I know there's a few comic people who know look like things.
There's a couple comic book guys we know look like frat guys.
Well, yeah, shit, fucking, what's his face? Fucking Jeff Johns.
Jeff Johns
is like a living PBR man.
He is.
PBR
I'm certain he's, wherever he is right now, he's wearing board shorts. Whatever he's doing right now, he's in board shorts.
He wears board shorts every day to the office. Shows up in a hat.
I mean, you live in fucking California, why not?
That's what I would do. You know what? I would do that too.
Of course, flip flops.
If I didn't have to get dressed up every day and I could just come in and fucking do comic book shit, I'd be like, I'm comfortable.
I mean, LA. It is.
I'd be cargo shorts and whatever.
You know what's really funny? And I went from just in general, just like industries being like business casual, da 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 da. Everybody's wearing slacks. To literally, I think the last 3 places I've worked, everybody's just like, fuck it, come in jeans. None of us care anymore.
Who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a fuck?
Granted, I was like, 2 of those places, because it's Southern California. No, even here.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Wear jeans.
Who gives a shit? Who really gives a shit?
Unless you have a client meeting, nobody cares.
That's how it always was when I used to work in collections. It was like, you can wear jeans and you can do whatever. It's just the only day, the only time you got to put on
the tie,
or not even a tie. You just wear slacks is when we got brass coming through.
Yeah.
Because, everybody needs to look good,
Yeah.
I guess, but whatever.
Board shorts.
But, watch The Boys.
Yeah.
I think it's definitely worth your time.
I did enjoy it. I might actually watch it again. I was thinking about that.
It's definitely worth a rewatch. It's not a bad show. It's a good show.
I enjoyed it. I thought it was
I'm impressed the fact that we actually watched something.
Yeah, well,
that it was actually good.
Like I said, I mean, I have a tendency to plow through shit just because I do it when I put my makeup on.
Also,
how can I watch TV while I do that? I don't know, but I do.
I'm also impressed too that we watched it before everybody else was like, "Oh, this is really good. You should watch it."
Because you know what? I kept seeing it because I would go on Amazon Prime because again, when I was doing my makeup, the shows I binged was RuPaul's Drag Race seasons 1 through 5. Got put up on Amazon Prime. Now I've seen them all. I don't care. I'm going to watch them again. And that's exactly what I did. But every single time I went there, I would see an ad for The Boys.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to watch that.
Yeah.
So that's why we watched it the weekend it came out because it was in my head that I'm like, I want to watch that show.
Yeah. But it just happened to be a good enough show that I was like, fuck it. We'll just keep watching it. I guess we can take a break and we'll come back. We'll talk about our book for this week.
Hey, everybody. I'm Paul Spataro. I don't know if you know me, but I'm a regular on Back to the Bins, along with my friends Dr. Bill Robinson. Hello. And Mr. Scott Gardner.
Hey, how's it going?
Andy's been asking us for a promo for the show for the longest time, and Bill has been writing it for the longest time. Bill, you got that promo written yet? Okay, so, anyway, what we do is we review 3 comic books. We try to do it every week. Usually it's a Marvel, a DC, and a Captain Canuck book for Scott. So, tune in every week to Back to the Bins to listen to our show. You can find us at twotruefreaks.com.
All right, we're back here in our worst collection ever with our book for this week. It is X-Men 2099, number 19 from April 1995. I decided... I've had this one hanging out for a while, so I decided that we should do it. Mm-hmm. Originally, just because I want to bring it up because it kind of ties in with something that I received. So on Mercari, I picked up. So there's the Marvel handbooks, mm-hmm. Official Marvel handbooks, whatever. And there's a version of it that came out in like the early 90s that were like DC Who's Who versions of like the loose leaf ones. So I need to get a binder to put these in. Mm-hmm. But basically they're kind of like style guides for like these characters, which is, I don't know, I just like it. I just like it. I just like having those because I don't know. I've never had it. I've never was exposed to them. Mm-hmm. And there was a guy on Mercari selling a whole fuck ton of them for like $40. Mm-hmm. And I was like, fuck it. I had a balance, so I was like, fuck it. And I got it. And, but in addition to that, he sent me those. It was very nice of him. Mm-hmm. And he additionally, he also sent me a bunch of other random comics, particularly, there's a New Warriors annual that, I may read, the Kings of Pain crossover event. Just, Jesus, I don't know. Just the name sounds like it's classic. But there's also an Avengers. Yeah, we got an Avengers in here from the early 90s. And we got an Avengers Spotlight. And now we're gonna read some of these books, but I got this Avengers Spotlight. There's a fucking pit bull eating a cat in here. We ain't reading that shit.
No.
And then we got these British ones. There's a Hell's Angel, which I've never read. I've known of this character because he became Dark Angel, and it was like the Marvel UK revival, like of the early 90s, of like when they brought these, all these new characters and stuff like that. And I have no fucking clue what the hell's going on in this book, so I was like, we ain't doing that. And then there's this other one from 1990 called The Knights of Pendragon, and this one's even more confusing. I'm like, although it does have I need that graphic novel. It's a Death's Head graphic novel. I think like with the Marvel UK stuff, I can only understand, like, I can only really appreciate Death's Head. Mm-hmm. I feel like I can't really get into the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
So, but not only that, he also sent me a small pack of a smattering of baseball cards.
Oh.
Individually sleeved, nonetheless.
Oh, neat.
Nobody important. There's a Jose Canseco gimmick in here. Mm. But then he also sent me this. It's a Dick Tracy, the 30s. Tommy Guns and Hard Times, and it's just basically like a bunch of...
Was he just like, hey, if you get these, I'm just going to throw in a bunch of other shit?
Yeah.
Neat.
I don't really have any use for this, to be honest.
Well, we never know. Maybe we'll read some.
I don't know. I mean, I was thinking about trying to hawk it. Look at these characters on here. I don't even know. None of these are in the movie. Dick Tracy, he has, and here's his rogues. You got Steve the Tramp.
It's a movie I should watch again.
Yeah. Well, I think We Hate Movies might do it eventually, so I'm thinking that's going to be... That's gonna be the time.
Yeah, that might be a thing.
Listen to some of these names: Steve the Tramp, Dan the Squealer, Hank Steele. But look at Hank Steele. Look at.
Should be Harley the Squealer.
Yeah,
he squeals. Broadway Bates, Big Boy, Boss Herod, Texie Garcia, Larceny Lou, Stooge Viller, and Ribs Mako.
I like Ribs Mako.
Oh my goodness. These are just all the old strips that used to show in the comic or in the
newspaper strips. I don't know. Maybe it's I don't know. I kind of like his things. I'm not really a comic strip guy.
No, I'm not either.
You know, but at the same time, it's kind of cool. But I wonder if I wonder how if it's worth anything. Maybe it's not because the guy that literally just gave it to me.
I love this one. This is called "Can a Woman Keep a Secret?" As far as Tracy's concerned, the answer is no, no, no.
Oh man,
dames.
There's probably some Damon going on.
Oh, you know there's some Damon going on. Are you kidding? How old is this book?
I don't know. Actually, I'm kind of curious because I didn't look it up. Maybe look in the Indica.
I will look.
I'm going to say 1989.
Copyright 1978.
Oh, really? It's actually in a lot better shape than I would imagine.
Yeah.
Maybe I could give it to Second of Charles and they can give it, check it out with their rare books. You ever look?
It doesn't even have a fucking barcode on it.
Yeah, I know, right? You ever see those rare books they always have there?
Yeah.
Oh, this book is like $30. And I'm like, that's like the regular price of a book. And it's not really that. I don't know. I don't know what's so rare about it.
I don't know. I am not a rare book person, so can't tell you.
So, anyways, X-Men 2099. Uh-huh. We are back in the 2099 verse. We've only done, I think, we've done Ravage and we did a Spider-Man 2099,
Spider-Man.
like way long time ago.
Yeah.
And like pretty much as far as like what's left, like there's Doom 2099, there's Punisher 2099, there's Ghost Rider, and I think there's one or two others that I'm missing. But yeah, the 2099 verse, or what I guess that's what you would call it, it never really caught on that much with me.
No.
Like, I feel like it's very much like mid-90s Marvel, like, hey, we're trying this out, and occasionally, like, some things pick up. Because I think Spider-Man 2099 is still, he's still pretty prevalent today. And then there was a 2099 thing going on in the Marvel Lego game, where you can go to the Nueva York. But yeah, so X-Men 2099, winner take all for Vegas, and on the cover we have Meanstreak, who is the speedster.
Meanstreak is looking at this hulking creature who we only see from behind. And he's got his hand out and he's got this look on his face. He looks like me when someone's coming up to me to like tell me about Jesus.
Oh.
And I'm like, I know you're coming. No, I don't want to hear it. Like, he's got this like just disgusted, like, leave me the fuck alone look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's flanked by Halloween Jack,
who's a really dumb character. Can we just say that?
Yeah, he's silly. So first of all, we start off with on the inside cover here, Games Master Legacy for Game Gear. I have this.
Oh man,
it's a hard game. These games aren't that easy, but
no.
Yeah. So we start off with I think this is Krystalin.
Sure. And she's she's sleeping, and you see a countdown clock, and there's a beep, and there's a beep.
Oh, I thought she was like in a bed, but no.
I did too. No, she's like unconscious in a room somewhere, and I guess she got knocked unconscious by, how are we saying this guy's name?
Zion?
Zion? Okay.
It's Xian, so I'll just say Zion.
X-I''An.
Zion?
Z-I. So Zion, and she wakes up and she's like, well, I don't know why he came back, and I don't know why he knocked me unconscious, and oh, holy fuck, he left a bomb.
Yeah.
So she like runs down the hallway in her little tiny t-shirt and panties. I don't exactly know what she was doing.
Why couldn't she just have any clothes on?
I don't know. And then she says like the rest of whoever was supposed to be in this facility are gone. They were in cryo sleep or something.
Oh, okay.
She's like, I don't know why he would have taken, whoever who was in cryo sleep. But then she comes outside and there's like just two random friends hanging out.
Well, these are two other members of X-Men 2099.
Oh, I know, but I mean, like, were they already outside?
Yeah.
Or like, did they run out at the same time? Because she doesn't see anybody. And so she's like, run, and then it explodes.
Well, I think they were having a mosey because she's like, holy shit, there's a bomb. I better go tell Skullfire and La Lunatica. Lunatic. I'm just gonna say Lunatica. So the Hud's place explodes, and she's like,
and they're in New Mexico.
Yeah, they're in New Mexico, and
She's like, it was Zion. I don't know.
He tried to blow up our base.
And then we cut to Vegas, where we have Desdemona and her brother Neck Meat.
Oh, I thought that was his name.
No, what's his name?
Oh, I forgot what his name is. I just read
She
it.
says it in here somewhere. I don't know. He's got a stupid name. And, like, I guess her brother was, like, some sort of, like, drug guy, and she decided to hijack him with a neural transmitter and then turn him into this big freak that she can control.
Kind of looks like...
It's kind of like Abomination.
He looks like...
With just, like, skin.
Well, he's got these really ugly, veiny... Like,
it's like John Cena.
Yeah,
sometimes.
he's kind of like a John Cena. He looks like Armie Hammer.
He looks like if John Cena got baned.
Oh yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, if John Cena took the Bane serum and got all fucking veiny and giant, that's what he looks like.
Yeah. So Desdemona has like this neural transmitter, and she's able to control him with like this helmet or whatever.
And he's like, "What the fuck?" And she's like, you're gonna do my bidding." And then up on the roof of this same casino, we have Halloween Jack and whatever the fuck the speedster's name
Meanstreak.
is. And they're like hanging these dudes upside down to like get information out of them.
Yeah.
And as they're doing that,
yeah. So basically, Halloween Jack's deal is that he's kind of like Loki of some sort.
well, no, didn't he? Because he's
a shapeshifter.
Yeah, but he wasn't always. Isn't that the thing? He got zapped by whatever the fuck he's got up here on the roof.
Yes, he calls it the, and you were laughing about this
is so
the virtual unrealizer.
The virtual unrealizer. And I'm like, you know what? Comic books. No.
Virtual unrealizer is my
No.
favorite Jamiroquai song. Yeah.
Virtual unrealizer. Na-na.
He should be on, maybe he should be hanging out on some
God damn it, I hate that song.
conveyors. I love that song.
Are you serious?
That's a good jam.
Oh. You remember how that was the only video that MTV played for like a fucking year and a half?
Hey, they gotta play something.
Where he's like on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Like everybody was losing his shit and he's wearing that dumb hat.
Yeah, I mean, he looks stupid as fuck, but that song is pretty good.
What is he doing now? Nothing.
Probably actually doing just fine, I think. I think he's
Probably still on a treadmill.
he's still walking, and he's like, I can't get off. Nobody wants to stop it. I think he was one of those guys, Jamiroquai. I think
Is he like more of a producer?
either that or I do remember he played a concert. And like an actual bona fide concert on a Virgin airline that I guess broke the world record for being the most performed at the highest altitude.
Like, did people pay to go to that concert?
Oh, yeah.
Or did he just start playing on a jet?
Oh, he just showed up. Yeah. Hey guys, I'm gonna sing. Oh, like, no, you're not.
Because could you imagine it's like some fucking Subway performer, but it's on a jet for 4 hours?
That's why plants are so expensive, so you can't get those people on there. They can't. They're
of a
starving
bitch.
artists. Can't.
I'd get so angry if I was just like, hey, what? Like,
No, it was planned.
okay, good.
I don't think people were just
I
sitting
don't even
around
like it
trying to
when
get to.
When my fucking flight attendants start pretending they're funny on the microphone.
Oh yeah,
Trying
yeah.
to give you instructions about like how not to die on an airplane.
It's like don't do your bit, do your job.
Yeah, just don't bother me.
Yeah.
Bad enough that I'm on this fucking tube.
Yeah, right. Planes suck. Anyways, so he's like basically like, I'm gonna zap everybody with this neuralizer or whatever, unrealizer.
I don't really know what his plan is, but it gets interrupted when the security lady comes up.
Yeah, there's a bit. Yeah, she comes up
And he's like, what the fuck do you want, sweetheart? Ugh. And she's like, we have a problem downstairs. He's like, well, fucking call security. And she's
because
like,
apparently also he owns his casino. I think.
this is what I
Or he tried to take it over or something.
I guess he stole it from Desdemona and her brother or something.
Right. Yeah.
This is like a Lex Luthor plot where it's just like land rights and who owns what.
This was the Z plot of Superman Returns.
Yeah. And so
anyway,
like, hey, there's something going on downstairs. All of our security's kind of tied up. We need your help. So they go downstairs, and there's that big hulking John Cena monster.
he's got this weird frothiness coming out.
Who's frothing?
The John Cena.
Yeah, he's having some problems.
Like, it's a lot of saliva. Like, he just drank, like, an entire Alka-Seltzer.
That's what happens when you do the Bane drug.
Oh, yeah? You get frothy?
You get frothy. It's really gross.
Oh, I'm frothy.
You become kind of like a soda, And you're just carbonated.
Batman, do you have any Alka-Seltzer?
You're just a carbonated human.
Yeah, get carbonated. Batman v Carbonated Human.
Yeah.
All right. So they
Yeah, so they go downstairs and they're like, hey, he's talking to himself, and Halloween Jack just thinks he's crazy. But the speedster's like, no, I think I know what's going on. This is Desdemona. So after they get knocked around a little bit.
Yeah, they get knocked around and
Big John Cena grabs Halloween Jack and is like, time to murder. And that's when Meanstreak like runs around the hotel.
He runs around
the hotel and like we see all these like weird like little scenes that he sees because he's like checking all of the rooms. Oh no, because he talks to like somebody who has some sort of scan device who can tell that there's like a neural transmitter in this guy's head.
Yeah, he's trying to find out how to stop that, and
he's like, oh well, it must be his sister and she must be close, so she's got to be in this hotel somewhere.
Yeah, and Jack in the meantime actually does. I remember this part. He tries to he has like talons that have like some
poison?
sort of gimmick on them.
Yeah,
but they're no good on John Cena because he is no selling them talons.
Yes, very strong skin.
And he ends up. So they track this neuralizer, and he just runs around and runs through somebody's room where they're about to bang, and then there's another guy. I don't know what this guy's doing here. Is he getting all of his blood taken out of him?
I don't understand what's going on. He's like either getting that or he's like hooked up to some sort of virtual reality machine that's like
virtual.
He's basically like Neo in the Matrix. He's like all hooked into shit.
But like his entire body is like it's all hooked up.
Yeah,
like
he's Neo in the Matrix.
And then he also passes by like this random like tubby family.
Very tubby family. Looks like they're gonna fist fight each other.
Even the little kid, he's got this
that fat child.
He's got his little chubby fists out.
Yeah, and they're gonna fight. And then he goes by like some like dominatrix BDSM shit going on with a guy in a pig mask.
Oh yeah. This is like an episode of Gotham.
It really is. And then he finally finds Desdemona. And he's like, and he takes the neural transmitter off her head. He's like, no, I can't control him anymore. I forget what happens.
Well, basically, he breaks the link, and then this guy, the John Cena's trying to like get his shit about him, and since Jack runs a casino, he just basically have him get zapped.
Oh, that's right, he has him tasered basically.
And and then we just kind of have some fallout.
Yeah, so they bring Desdemona downstairs. She talks to Jack, and she's like, you took my casino or whatever, and he doesn't really care. Like, he kind of just lets them go.
Well, he wants all this, like, just also, like, destroy Vegas at the same time.
Yeah, he's just like, okay, bye.
I don't know how this guy's supposed to be here, because I feel like he's not a villain. This is the thing, because I don't really have much background on these characters. Right. But he's not really a villain, even though you would think he would be a villain. But they don't really, like, he's just, like, he's gonna fuck up the city with his virtual insanity ray or whatever it is.
Everybody's gonna start dancing like Jamiroquai.
Oh, she turns everybody into
everyone wears that hat.
Yeah, everybody wears that hat. Everybody's head is kind of like Toad. Toad's got his mushroom cap is his head.
Oh yeah.
People's heads become that hat.
And you just can't get that song out of your head.
Well, you have to go everywhere on treadmills.
Stupid song. So he kind of just lets them go, and that's like the end of this part of the book.
Yeah.
Because then we cut to
So this is Krystalin, I think.
Yeah, this is Krystalin. She kind of looks like Grace Jones. She goes to this facility, and she's like dressed like a member of like the Wakandan Black Panther Army or something.
Yeah. And
her brother's he's like imprisoned here.
Right, so she needs to find this Billy Zed.
Yeah.
Who's like this individual that needs to that can like help her break him out.
Yeah, so she like ambushes this guard, and she goes in to try to figure out where this guy is.
Yeah, her power is basically she can encase things in like in a crystal gimmick. So she incapacitates the guard. She goes to find this dude. finds this dude,
and it's a kid, and I'm sorry, no.
It's not just a kid. It's a kid with tude.
Yeah, it's a 90s bad kid with attitude, man. And and
he's got.
Nope. I literally, if I had been reading this myself, like not for the show, I would have put this book down.
Yeah, I can see that.
Immediately, I'd have been like, no. Because I can't he's basically like one of those bad attitude dudes. He's got, like, he thinks he's so much smarter than everybody else. He's calling her an idiot. Like, literally in every fucking panel, he's telling her she's stupid. No. Fuck this kid. I hope he never shows up again. In fact, I hope he explodes.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's got an attitude, or he's got a thing on his arm, tattoo. It just says "rad to the bone," but then it changes. It says "born to be rad." You see that?
Yeah, whatever.
Ugh. Anyways, so
he also has these weird things around his eyes, and I couldn't tell if it's just supposed to be like mascara or if it's like a tattoo.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Maybe it's just how his eyes look. But she's like, "Hey, you need to cooperate with me," and he's like, "Nah, I would." Fuck you guys.
Fuck you, you're so stupid.
I'm not a fan of you neo-Wakandans or whatever.
And she's like, I'm just dressed like this to get in here because I'm trying to spring you. We need to go get my brother. He's like, no, you fucking moron. We have to go get my bag. And she's like, well, I can't pick this lock. He's like,
I had to get my bag.
I could have picked this lock when I was 4. And I was like, you know what? Fuck you, kid.
It's like, you know what? Whatever. My brother ain't worth it.
Yeah. You know what? Fucking my brother's going to rot in jail. I'm not hanging out with you.
Nobody told me how to work with an attitude child.
Seriously, if I had showed up to break this kid out, I'd been like, we're going to find another way. We're not working with this fucking asshole child. So he gets his bag, which is this weird, old school looking leather valise that old men would carry on a train.
So valise? What? That's a word?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I'm reading this. I'm like,
it's like a bag that opens at the top.
Like my messenger bag?
No. You know those old school leather bags? Kind of like an old doctor bag, but big.
Oh, so that's what they call those?
Not the doctor bag, but that kind of it opens at the top. You just shove shit in it and you close it.
Right.
Yeah, it's a valise.
Ah, I didn't know that was actually called a thing.
Yeah, it's a word.
I always like that sometimes when you learn about things that you didn't know had words.
Yeah, it's just back in the day word.
I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know, there's the haircut that the friars get when they just have the bald on top but the hair around the sides.
Yes.
That's called something that's like a tonsure, I think it is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, apparently that's the thing. These things have terms.
Yes, valise, a small traveling bag or suitcase.
Yeah. So apparently whoever's writing X-Men 2099 is I just want people to know about my bag.
Yeah, and it's just to me, it's just the way it's drawn and the way it looks. And anytime anybody uses the word valise, I just see an old ass leather bag. An old, the bag Mary Poppins shows up with.
There you go.
That's exactly what I think. And that's kind of what he has here. And she's like, what do you need this for? He's like, well, it's my magic bag. I think it just has gadgets in it.
Yeah, it's got gadgets.
And he can configure whatever's in this bag to do things for him.
Yeah.
So this woman shows up and she's like, hey, Krystalin, fuck you. You're not going to break this kid out. It's time for me to kick your ass. And so they get in a fight.
Well, I think for first off, I think I almost thought she kills her right away.
It's exactly what I thought, because I guess she shoots a crystal at her, and the way it's drawn, it looks like it goes right through her torso.
Yeah. But it just kind of knocks her weapon out of her hand, and then they start having a fight, and
then the kid reaches in his bag and he gets what he calls a Scorpio. It's like a little golden
Scorpiot.
A Scorpiot. It's like a little golden scorpion, and he throws it at this woman, and it zaps her. Neural zaps her, so she's.
It looks like it basically turns her into fucking dust, but it doesn't.
It really looks like it completely evaporates her, but I guess it just makes her lie in a fetal position for 24 hours.
Yeah. And this kid's like, I got attitude. I built this when I was 9.
Yeah.
And so they bounce. And then we're in the middle of the desert, and
Voltron shows up.
Voltron
or Optimus Prime.
No, this is Junk Pile.
Oh, that's 100%.
He is one of the X-Men villain 2099
Oh, I thought you meant he was that trash robot. Remember that trash robot voiced by Steve Buscemi in the Transformers movie? Junk robot?
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That's who I thought you were talking about.
Yeah. Shit, for some reason, I was trying to think what in the cartoon?
No, in the
I forgot that they made 800 movies. For
yeah, we watched all of them.
We have seen all of them.
Yeah, no.
And Steve Buscemi wasn't one of them.
That's right. He was like a weird, creepy, like junk robot.
He was a scavenger.
Yeah.
At one point, he went to Buffalo. He mentioned.
Yeah.
I do remember that. There's a part where he's like talking about going to find some robot trash in Buffalo.
Yeah.
Buffalo just has it just hanging out.
Robot trash.
He's like, "Hey, I'm Steve Buscemi, the robot. I'm here to get your robot trash, Buffalo." And they're like, "Go Bills!"
So I could go sell it to Mark Wahlberg, and he could I don't know, be a computer genius man in that movie, but not a believable one.
Hey, bro.
He's like, yeah, man,
I'm a genius.
I'm a genius. I'm like an aerospace engineer. And I'm like, no, you're not.
I can only work with the robot trash from Buffalo.
I don't think you can spell.
They got good wings there, bro. Could you give me some wings?
I don't think you can spell aerospace engineer, Mark Wahlberg.
Aerospace. ARROW space. That's how I spell it, bro.
Just you hit the space bar. That's how you spell space, right?
I go arrow. I press the arrow, and I press space. I'm a genius, bro. I only press 2 buttons to spell a word.
I usually just spell an emoji.
Usually just a fist or a burger. Because I got burgers.
Sometimes it's the middle finger or the gun. Until they made it not a squirt, and then they made it a squirt gun, and I don't like it.
Did they really change it?
Yeah, it's a squirt gun now.
They still have other weapons though.
Yeah, you can still use a knife.
Still use a knife.
Don't
You could use a syringe too. There's a lot of sharp things you could use as emojis, guys.
They're really
emojis are dangerous, guys. Yeah, but Junk Pile is on his way,
Junk
whatever.
That also sounds like the name of a really Z-grade G.I. Joe.
I'm surprised that isn't a G.I. Joe name. You're 100% right.
Junk Pile, and he's just the guy who can make stuff out of trash. He's the MacGyver of the group.
He'd be a Cobra guy, I think.
Oh, okay.
I think he'd be a Cobra guy. He'd be like Cobra trash man. Cobra sanitation expert.
I just really, Junk Pile just really does sound like a bad G.I. Joe name.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So, but that's it for the story, and we have the letters page. It is called "Are You Experienced?" It's just
Boo.
X. That's pretty bad.
Boo. Boo.
I'll give. Let's Rap with Cap is better than that.
It's better
because at least got something to do with Cap. This is just something about. It's just fucking. It's got as much attitude as that kid, man. Yeah. So what happens in the next issue? Ooh, Bloodhawk comes back.
Oh man.
Get ready for Bloodhawk in the next issue of X-Men 2099. Would you want to read this?
No.
Yeah, I'm not.
Because there's a fucking annoying child in it.
Unless if Bloodhawk throws him into the sun.
Unless that kid becomes a fine mist, I have no interest in this book.
It's like, hey, I got a scorpion robot. Zop.
I'm smart. You're a stupid adult.
Well.
My kid tattoo.
Kid tattoo. I went to the Ren Fair and got a tattoo.
I'm a bad dude.
My mom got me this tattoo.
I hope that kid never shows up again. I hope he's not bouncing around the Marvel universe.
He'll watch. He'd probably be like, he's the next big Marvel property.
And they're like, yeah, man, he was the kid at Tony Stark's funeral. I'm like, fuck you, Marvel.
That's right.
He was that kid. Nobody knew who the fuck that kid was at Tony Stark's funeral. He was that kid.
What a fucking weird thing.
God, it's so dumb.
It was so dumb. And they were like, because obviously, look, it turned out being, did we ever talk about that?
Yeah, it was the kid from Iron Man 3.
Yeah, it was a kid from Iron Man 3.
Which, again, one of the reasons I didn't like Iron Man 3 was because it had a precocious child in it.
Yeah, sadly, yeah.
I don't have time for that
Thankfully, though, he did not become...
That's why I don't think I'm going to watch that Seth Rogen movie that's coming out. he produced. It's called The Good Boys or something.
Oh, yeah. Oh, with the one about the fucking kids swearing and shit?
Yeah, and like stealing beers, but they're only like 11.
That looks fucking terrifying.
But I also don't understand who the audience is for that.
Right?
Because it's a hard R. So it's a hard R Seth Rogen endorsed comedy starring 11-year-olds?
Yeah.
Who the fuck is it for? It's not for 11-year-olds.
I mean, it is, but it's like how you have to get your parents to be like, is this the one where you be like, okay, son, I'll let you go see it. I mean,
yeah, I'll let you go watch this thing about these kids who are just, trying to Googling boobs and ending up doing drugs and fucking talking about dicks and.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Well, I mean, look, that's what happens.
Oh,
but...
I understand. I understand kids do that. I remember being a kid. That's pretty much what we did. Not drugs, but, all that other stuff. But at the same time, I'm like, they're not even old enough to go to this movie. I know my parents would have never taken me to that movie.
I don't know. Maybe a lot of parents are going to be taking his kids to the movie. Maybe that's what they're counting on. It's like, parents today.
Or are they hoping it's
don't
just people our age being like, yeah, man, I remember when I was a kid doing shit like that.
No.
I'm just like, who the fuck is this movie
I'm
for?
already past that. I know maybe there might be kids, might be like, in their early 20s. Like, I could see that being a movie where if I was like 23 and being like, hey man, let's go see that movie. That looks stupid. Let's go see it,
Yeah, I don't know who it's for. I guess I'm just so confused.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, no. Not going to see that. No, thank you. Going to see Hobbs and Shaw, though.
Yeah, we have to go see that.
That we're excited about.
How long is that movie, do we know?
Probably 18 hours. Because all those there's no movie now that's under 2.5 hours.
Right?
Nothing needs to be that long.
All movies now are in excess of 2 hours.
But for no reason.
For no reason.
Literally for no reason.
Terrible.
There are very few movies I'd be like, that movie needed to be that long.
Well, anyways, I am not going to read X-Men 2099. I'm going to get rid of this now that I've filled our 2099 quota for the year, I guess. So, and I guess that's it for this week's show. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Angry Hero Sean.
And I'm at Jen Stansfield on Twitter and Instagram. You can find us on Facebook at Worst Collection Ever. And email the show, worstcollectionever@gmail.com.
And please rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts or anywhere you get the show. And tell your friends. We would really appreciate that. So thanks again for listening, folks. And we'll talk to you again soon.
Bye.